Hey there, Michael Griffiths here, founder of Referral Marketing Guru, and welcome to this week's Get More Referrals Today podcast. Today, I'm going to focus in on how do I accelerate my referrals. So, in particularly, I get asked this all the time. Like, is getting referrals just luck? Is there a process? Is there something I can do that allows me to get more referrals? And in essence, the answer is yes. We can always influence to accelerate and increase our referrals. But there's an art form to it. So there's something I'm going to take you through, a simple little matrix. And there's really 4 stages where people are at. And I'm going to show you how you get all the way up to this top enchanter exponential magical stage, which will help you to be able to increase your referrals. You see, doing anything, you can either consciously influence, strategically influence, or you can throw mud at the wall, hope that it sticks, and really, it is pure luck. And we don't need that to happen. We don't need that to happen with anything. There's a difference between strategically influencing versus just doing a whole bunch of stuff and something might or might not happen. And we want to be the first part. We want to be able to be more consciously aware of what we're doing and do things on purpose, knowing that the outcome's going to happen. So before we get into all that, as always, if you love the show, love you to be able to subscribe, favorite podcast platforms, subscribe to us on YouTube. We're putting up 3 videos a week on how to be able to limbic your business, how to be able to get more referrals, how to be able to retain clients for longer, keep clients more loyal, simply by limbicking your business from top to bottom. So I'm going to just bring up here the workbench. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're going to be able to see our screen, see what I'm sharing. If you're listening to this on your podcast station, brilliant. I want you simply to just be able to draw out a triangle for me, and you can go through and do this with me. Now, up on my screen, I want something just slightly a little bit different. We're going to bring up a wave, a bell curve. Okay? But at the bottom in the red zone, so at the bottom of the triangle, if you're listening to a podcast, or as you can see on our screen here, the red zone, really, if I'm to answer this question, how do I accelerate and influence to increase my referrals? See, to me, the people who sit in this red zone are probably what I would call, they're script creators. They focus on simply what is the script I should be using? What's the stepping stones? Let me follow a process. And the only problem with that is it comes across as very transactional. And I don't know about you, but generally, if you're transactional, not too many people are going to end up wanting to help you or give you referrals. A great example, I've got someone right now within our network, and honestly, I just deleted their message probably all of about an hour ago because I'm just not interested. It is purely transactional. The way they are, the way they think, the way I can see it's just copy and paste messages. And it's like, great. I'm sure you're a good fit for someone. It's just not me. And if you really want good referral sources who pass you referrals all the time, you can't be this. So up from the red zone. So again, if you listen to this on a podcast, picture your triangle, the bottom zone was a red zone. You've got the yellow zone. And the yellow zone tends to be what I would call then sort of the content creator. So remember our question. How do I accelerate my influence to increase my referrals? So in this yellow zone, and I reckon lots of people are here, they go, how do I get more exposure? How do I get more visibility? It's like, what is the process? So that if the red zone was transactional, the yellow zone is very process focused. And so they focus on getting more seen. They focus on putting up more content. They focus on doing things that, well, if I add enough value, then people will refer me. People will do things for me. I hear people all the time say, should I be going to referral sources and finding out what guide or what video series or what should I do to produce for them to give out. So it's content. It's not what makes someone gives you more referrals. Okay, you doing this sort of stuff is not the deal breaker to why someone would give you more referrals or not. You going along to a referral source and say, oh, is there a great video series that I could create for you, for your people? Yes, there could be, and it's not a bad idea, but that's not the reason why they will find more referrals for you. Okay? So the red zone, where we just focus really on scripts, it's all transactional in what we're doing. The yellow zone, where we're really more of the content creator. We're more focused on how do I get exposure? How do I add value? How do I get seen? How do I make people think that I'm really clever? So let's move into the first green zone. The first green zone is then what I would call, they go from being content creator to relationship creator. Now, I'm fairly close on the mark here that I think most people in business and successful in business know that to be able to grow a business is all about relationships. It's relationships with team, relationships with clients, relationships with prospects, relationships with suppliers, relationships with distributors, relationships with referral sources, relationships with partners. Everything in business is about relationships. So therefore, this first green zone is we go from script creator, content creator, up to relationship creator. And that's a great place to be. But there is something that's even next level. See, because a lot of people who sit in this relationship creator space, that's what they focus on. They focus on building relationships, but it tends to miss something. Okay, it tends to miss the brain chemicals needed, the oxytocin, the dopamine, because in the end, this relationship creator person is more sort of leader focused. And as I said, it's not a bad place to be. Like if you're right now down in that red yellow zone, well, getting up to this leader focused relationship creator is a good stepping stone. But we want to be able to go a whole nother level up. Okay, red zone, your business growth, it's all over the place. It's up and down. There's really no predictability to it. This process-focused content creator, hey, it's slow, right? It's slow growth. Where this relationship creator, when you're more leaders, we've got constant growth. So that's a great thing. But what we want at this very top is we want fast growth. And this fast growth is all about being heartfelt creator. See, there's a huge difference to doing things just simply to create a relationship versus doing things where you're not leader focused anymore. Okay, you're more enchanter focused. And this is really hard for so many people to be able to get to because it's not our natural part of the brain. It's not where we naturally play for probably 95% of our day. See, we play 95% of our day in our cortex brain. It's logical, it's analytical, it's rational, understands language, it's very process driven. But over in the limbic brain, where it's all feeling based, that's where you become heartfelt in your creation. It's when you do things, not just I'm doing it because there's an outcome, but I'm doing it because that's just how I am. It's my being. I'll give you a great example between sort of the relationship creator, the light green of the triangle, versus the dark green, the heartfelt creator, where we want businesses to get to. Like if businesses want to grow fast, then they've got to be able to understand this limbic way of thinking, this heartfelt creator. So let's just say, for example, I don't know, someone puts something up on social media. You don't have a fantastic relationship with them, like you know of each other. there's great opportunities to be able to help each other, but you just don't. There's like something missing. And I could use that example with a person I'm thinking of right now within our network. We know each other. We've been part of programs together. We could easily talk to each other. We could probably pick up the phone and say hello to each other. But we don't. Now, let's say that this person, I don't know, posts a picture and I comment on the picture from a relationship creator point of view. Well, I'd probably say, I don't know, well done or nice job or great picture but really what I'm doing is I'm commenting for my own benefit to keep the relationship or to get seen in the relationship. And that's the problem with the relationship creator, where the heartfelt creator would comment with there being no outcome or no necessarily anything that they're going to get from it, but purely because they want to make the other person feel amazing. And the difference between relationship creator to heartfelt creator, it's huge. And honestly, it's about being around an environment where you can see heartfelt creation all the time versus actually things to be able to learn. It's not that you can't learn it, 100% you can, but it's about being around examples of it non-stop all the time. It's about becoming. It's not just simply about doing, it's about becoming a particular way. So when we come back, remember that original question that we were talking about. How do I accelerate my influence to increase my referrals? And most people would go, well, it's about just increasing more trust, isn't it? Well, no, it's not. I can increase trust by sending out scripts. I can increase trust by putting up more content, by being seen more, by adding value. I could increase more trust by just simply keeping more relationships. But there's this whole nother level on top of relationships. And that's what I really want us to be able to understand and get to. Because if you want to accelerate, A, the number of referrals that you get, but B, your influence, like strategically influence and accelerate the end outcome, then it's about really becoming this heartfelt creator in everything you do, in the way you communicate, in the way you put up content, in the way you actually care about other people, the things that you do for your clients, the things you do for your teams, the things you do for the people around you. And as I said, that's not the easiest thing all the time to be able to happen. And it's not the easiest thing to be able to happen simply because we have survival brain. Everyone has been created with a brain to help them survive. So we're trying to say at one end of the spectrum, use our survival brain, but at the other end of the spectrum, I'm saying, hey, you've got to be more heartfelt, which is the complete opposite part of the brain. And that's why people find it so much harder to be able to be this heartfelt creator, to be very relationship focused. Because in the end, they've got, well, how am I going to pay the bills? How am I going to get more clients? How am I going to put food on the table? How am I going to grow? How am I going to look after the team? How am I going to, and the list goes on with the ability of people, just the uncertainty and the fear. And that's what the survival brain's there to not keep you in, but help you work through. But we've got to be able to get out of that. If you really want to be able to go from up and down growth, slow growth, constant growth to fast growth, then it's about becoming completely different within our business. It's not about what tactics do I use, what marketing, what channel, like most people will tell you. You actually have to change and become a completely better leader, that enchanter-focused leader. Hey, hopefully it's been super helpful. Again, if you love the podcast, if you love what we're about, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you pop over to the YouTube channel, Referral Marketing Guru, so you can watch the podcast, especially when there's episodes where I draw things out and you actually get to see them firsthand. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow us on our socials. Make sure you share this with one other person who you feel could really get some help in being able to either get more referrals in their business, retain clients for longer, simply put, grow their business with a lot less effort than what they are right now. As always, if you want to be able to limbic your business, we're simply a message away. Otherwise, take care, and I will speak to you real soon. See you later, all.